I've always loved Wallace Stegner, one of the iconic writers of the American West. He writes, if you don't know where you are, you don't know who you are. The knowledge of place that comes from working in all its weathers and feeling that you, your parents, your all but unknown ancestors have put in to this place.
The Turners came here in the early 1900s. We've been riding horses for 100 years here, and that's the way we visit this country, whether it be the mountains or the river. And I believe we're the first family to ever guide this river.
The river has been a huge part of our existence. You're embedded in it. It's just part of your psyche.
Horses are an integral part of how the Turners visit wildlife places. The gift to come down here and ride a good horse and wade in the water, to tip our hat to the way that our ancestors did it, it adds an extra level of adventure, which is good.
The great blessing has been to share this with thousands of people from across the United States.
It's real. It's 5 generations. I would say we're an imperfect family, like most families, but we are in a perfect place.
There are a list of commandments that you live by out here in Wyoming. That was true hard cowboy work, and it was done during long days. There was no bullshit. That's how the ranch and this valley was built.
A mountain cowboy, there are people of not very many words, but the words they say are extremely important.
You can't hide yourself out here. Your true colors shine pretty bright.
That idea of national parks was forged out of the West. It was forged with people that worked the land. National parks has grown into programs that have inspired the entire world. We as Americans have had mistakes, but it was truly American to save these resources and to make them truly democratic, to make them available to benefit all our citizens, not just those of privilege. Americans can take great pride that it was one of their best inventions. We need to build on that legacy to even do better.
Well, first, I'd say there's a lot of stories about John Turner.
When you think of John Turner, you think of conservation.
John is a cowboy, and he always will be a cowboy.
The Fish and Wildlife Service had a golden era under John Turner.
His tenure at the Fish and Wildlife opened up more refuges than Teddy Roosevelt. His legacy is not in the headlines, but I would argue it would be tough to find an American currently that's done more.
The history of our family is around the Snake River, so all of our lives, fishing has been a big part of it. Not only recreational, satisfactional, spiritual, but of course, economically.
It's been a thread of Western lore, of fly fishing, and experiencing wild country.
If the doctor came to me tomorrow and said I had 1 day to live, I would spend it on this river with a fly rod. When I see a cowboy fish, he won't look like a fisherman.
I know fishermen that say they're cowboys more so than I know cowboys that say they're fishermen. So
he won't have the latest gear. His flybacks is a mess. He's using leaders from 4 years ago, but goddamn, they can fish. There's this clacking of the hooves and the splashing of the water and a complete native engagement with the land that you can't get on the back of a tailgate. You have to have virtues of creativity and passion. The people I know that have strong characters are generally good fly fishermen. And I don't think that's a coincidence.
I think perhaps the Turners have a genetic disorder. It's 5 generations of being addicted to fly fishing and this river environment.
We have always been taught to respect the land and respect, what it brings. And that is something that we tried very hard to embody.
Especially when we've been doing it for as long as we have, being stewards of the country, keeping the good name intact.
Because in all honesty, I think the future of this river is unknown.
Will places like this, wild rivers, healthy fisheries, a diverse and abundant wildlife complex, will it be here for generations to come? Part of our challenge is to embody in others, the people we share it with, embody them with that challenge and understanding and hopefully commitment.
We can continue to prosper, and that's the only way we can do that is, taking care of the land, sticking up for it.
I mean, you couldn't spend as much time in the outdoors and realize if you don't take care of it, what can happen to it.
When you see sunrises, a continental divide, or running horse, there's a spirituality and a humility that comes with that.
Get out and enjoy. That strengthens the fibers of passion, of knowledge, of understanding.
That inspires you to do better and to protect that. Heroes come in all different forms and some wear capes. In my life, heroes wear cowboy hats.